What is up, Fin fans and Rams fans and Jaguars fans? So predominantly this is a Miami Dolphin YouTube channel, but when breaking news like this happens and when stuff happens in the NFL, I'm going to make a video about it. I'm going to talk about it, give you guys my reaction and all that stuff. So this isn't just for the Fins fans. This is for the other fans of the other teams that are probably watching this. How are we all doing? How's everyone doing on this Tuesday night where all of a sudden Jalen Ramsey goes traded from the Jacksonville Jaguars to the LA Rams? Now, I got the details of what is given up. I got some things that I want to talk about with the Rams, why it kind of makes sense and all that stuff. So let's jump right into it. It's Jacksonville Jaguars, Jalen Ramsey. There was this whole unhappiness. You know, the Jaguars started off bad. They were losing games. Then all of a sudden Foles goes down. And Jalen Ramsey's like, I'm done, I want out. All that stuff. Minshew comes in, he starts playing well, he starts winning them games. And all of a sudden, Jalen Ramsey trade talk kind of starts to, die down. But then all of a sudden, Jalen Ramsey doesn't go to practice. He doesn't go to a game because he was obviously injured. There's a picture of him in Houston with Watson, and there's all this turmoil and stuff. Then all of a sudden, quiets down. If you guys noticed, we didn't hear much from Jalen Ramsey in the trade. We didn't hear much about that stuff. And then all of a sudden, boom! About 20 minutes ago, it broke. Adam Schefter broke it. I retweeted it. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at DouglieDoWrong. All my information's below. The Jaguars are getting 2 first-round picks, a 2020 and a 2021, and a 4th-round pick in 2021 for Jalen Ramsey. So Jalen Ramsey's going to go to the Rams, and the Jaguars are getting 2 firsts and a 4th for Jalen Ramsey. Now, a lot of Dolphin fans asking me, what do you think about getting Jalen Ramsey? What do you think about potentially bringing in Jalen Ramsey? The whole Jalen Ramsey potentially coming to Miami talk happened because we have 3 first-round picks. I didn't think so. We have Xavier Howard. It's going to cost a lot of money to put potentially $30 million a year into one position. Just doesn't make sense when we have so many holes to fill. Plus 2 firsts. That's what the Rams gave up. 2 firsts. The Rams aren't going to have a first-round pick, I think, for the past 5 years, unless they somehow trade back up into the first. They gave up for Goff. They gave up for Brandon Cooks. They traded down with the Atlanta Falcons. They haven't had a first-round pick in forever, but they went to the Super Bowl. They went to the Super Bowl last year. So they're the type of team that, they think they need the few pieces. So you kind of saw the pieces start to fall in place, especially today and especially lately with the Rams and potentially getting Jalen Ramsey, because the Rams also traded their cornerback Marcus Peters to the Ravens, and the Ravens traded their linebacker Kenny Young to the Rams. So there was that trade as well. So they traded Marcus Peters. And then all of a sudden, Aqib Talib, he goes to IR, I think, with an ankle injury. So all of a sudden, they have that opening at corner. And then they take it, and they give it, and they get Jalen Ramsey. So it makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense for the Rams to go after him. I think he'll do very well. I like this move for the Rams. I think this is a move that needed to be done for the Rams. Now, I'll go back to talking about the Steelers situation and with the Dolphins and that trade. Initially, when I talked about it, they traded their first for Micah Fitzpatrick, and they had a quarterback go down. And I was saying, why would you trade for Micah Fitzpatrick when you potentially might need a quarterback next year? I got some flack saying, Mason Rudolph is, great and we're fine and you don't know blank about, I got attacked. Then Mason Rudolph got injured and then Delvin goes in and he's still doing great. So, I still think they're going to be in a quarterback situation. But then when you look at the Rams are like certain pieces away from being competitive again. They already have the quarterback. They have the receivers and Cooper Kupp and all those guys. They're good there, but they needed certain pieces. And this is why they gave up the 2 firsts. Now, it's a steep price. Now, Jalen Ramsey is top 5 corner in the league. There's no doubt about it. He might be the best cornerback in the league. So they gave up 2 firsts and a 4th for him. Dolphins, got 2 firsts and a 2nd. And a 2nd for... And we got Davenport for Kenny Stills and Laremy Tunsil. So, the more I think about it, we kind of robbed the crap out of the Houston Texans. Yeah, Laremy Tunsil's doing really great for the Houston Texans, but 2 first-round picks? I'm just saying. So when you look at the Rams, like I said, it makes sense. It makes sense for this to happen because look at how they started the season. They started the season 3-0. I got the schedule right over here. So they started the season 3-0, beat the Panthers 30-27, beat the Saints 27-9, completely demolished the Saints, beat the Cleveland Browns 20-13. So you thought, they went to the Super Bowl last year. They got beat by the New England Patriots. They're starting 3-0. They're starting hot. Then they got beat by the Buccaneers 55-40. Where was the defense in that game? Again, that's probably why they tried. They traded for Jalen Ramsey. Got beat by the Seahawks by 1 point. And then last week they got beat by the 49ers 20-7. Again, the offense wasn't showing up. So, you go from starting the season 3-0 to losing 3 straight, and now all of a sudden you're 3-3 in a division with the 49ers who are 5-0, with the Seattle Seahawks who are 5-1. They needed to do something quick, and they needed to do something to turn this ship around, to potentially help their defense out, to turn it around, because you're 2 games behind first place, and you're 2 games behind second place, and you're 1 game ahead of last place because the Cardinals are 2-3-1. So if the Cardinals ended up beating the Lions and didn't flub it up and start playing football in the 4th quarter, you might be tied with the Cardinals for last in your division. So, you could tell that the Rams got scared and were like, we need to do something now. And that's what they did. They traded for Jalen Ramsey. Like I said, I like the move. I think it makes sense for them. It was a steep price. Again, this is why I didn't think the Dolphins were going to do it. I didn't want the Dolphins to do it. Again, they have the Rams have the opportunity and they have the situation to do it. They're good at quarterback, good at running back. They only have a few pieces to fill. The Dolphins, on the other hand, are complete rebuild. So to do what the Jags did just wouldn't make any sense at all. The Rams, not the Jags. The Jags had to do what they had to do. But this also, I'm going to talk about, the Rams. One more thing about the Rams actually intertwines with the Dolphins, but this also kind of might start a snowball effect of players being unhappy, complaining, and demanding a trade, and then them getting what they want. You can't let that keep happening. With Mika Fitzpatrick, now Jalen Ramsey, if you don't like the situation you're in, tough noogies. You know what I'm saying? Now, I get these players putting their bodies on the lines. I get these players, doing what they need to do for themselves. But don't complain about certain situations and want out just because, I see greener pastures in the distance, And that's what I kind of see with Jalen Ramsey, even with Mika Fitzpatrick. Mika Fitzpatrick was complaining in training camp, and he wanted out because he didn't want to play multiple roles and this and that, and his mom. And Jalen Ramsey, I feel like, wanted out because he saw the Jaguars going downhill. He complained about Blaine Gabbert. Was it Blaine Gabbert? He was complaining about the Jaguars quarterback last year. I think it was Blaine Gabbert, and how they kept giving him this and kept giving him. He's not going to the Rams where he is. It's funny how situations work out. But again, Jalen Ramsey gets traded to the Rams for 2 firsts and a 4th. Jaguars made out pretty well. Now, the other thing that the Rams potentially need is another running back. Todd Gurley, great running back, one of the best running backs in the league, banged up, and you can see he's not playing well. He's not playing right. Don't be surprised if there's chatter about potentially. Now, again, I'm not saying I want this, but I'm hearing it through the grapevine that don't be surprised if maybe Kenyon Drake to the Rams or something like that, because they do need a running back, and I don't see the Dolphins being very happy with their running back situation. I like Kenyon Drake. I like Mark Walton. I think that duo is doing really great. You could see that Kalen Ballage is in the doghouse. He barely got any carries last week except for the 1 touchdown run. But don't be surprised. They do need a running back. I think they need another running back besides Gurley, because you can see that Gurley's struggling. But be sure to comment below. Let me know what you guys think. If you're a Jaguars fan, comment below. Let me know what you guys think about getting 2 1s and a 4. If you're a Rams fan, what do you think about what I had to say about this is a good move? You guys needed it. You falling far behind in a division right now that has a 5-0 and a 5-1 team. You know, you guys needed this spark. Comment below, let me know what you guys think. And for the Dolphin fans, because this is a Dolphin channel, comment below, let me know what you think. Did you want Jalen Ramsey? Was this price, would you have given this price for Jalen Ramsey? Let me know also what you think about sending Kenyon Drake to the Rams for a draft pick. I don't want to. I like Drake. I want Drake on the team, but I want to hear from you guys. So be sure to comment below. Also be sure to follow me on Twitter. Also check out the Bit Boys. Great content over there. And also hit that subscribe button. But other than that, I will see you guys tomorrow with the picks video. But like usual, stay classy. Fins up.